Hello, sweetheart. I'm going to read you a beautiful story so you can feel warm and cozy under your blankets. If you want, you can set your phone or tablet aside and let your imagination spark to life. The Little Hammock in Green Hollow Grove. Hidden deep inside a quiet forest was a peaceful place called Green Hollow Grove. It was a round clearing, soft with moss and sprinkled with tiny white flowers that opened only when the air felt warm and calm. Tall oak trees stood around the grove like friendly giants, their branches arching overhead to make a cool, leafy roof. In the very center of Green Hollow Grove hung a small hammock woven from sturdy vines and soft grass. It swayed gently between two old oak trees and had become a favorite resting spot for many forest creatures. Everyone called it the Little Hammock. It wasn't big or fancy, but it held just enough space for any small animal who needed a break, a breath, or a cozy moment of stillness. One sunny afternoon, a gentle chipmunk named Lila scampered toward the grove. Lila was soft-furred, with bright eyes and tiny paws that made little tapping sounds on the forest floor. Today, though, she wasn't in a hurry. The forest felt warm and dreamy. The perfect day for swinging, she whispered to herself. She reached Green Hollow Grove and smiled at the sight of the little hammock swaying in the breeze. A warm beam of sunlight filtered through the leaves, shining softly across it. Lila placed her paw on the edge of the hammock and tested its sway. "Just right," she said in a tiny voice. She climbed in carefully, curled her tail around herself, and let the hammock hold her weight. It rocked gently, back and forth, like the forest was humming a lullaby just for her. Lila let out a slow, happy sigh. A moment later, she heard quiet paw steps approaching. It was Ollie, a sleepy young rabbit with long ears and a nose that twitched even when he was tired. "Hi, Lila," he said softly. "Hi, Ollie," Lila replied. "Want to rest with me?" Ollie nodded shyly. "Only if there's room." "There's always room," Lila said. She scooted to one side, and Ollie climbed carefully into the hammock. It dipped a little under the new weight, then steadied itself. Together they swayed gently. The forest hummed around them, a light breeze, distant birdsong, leaves brushing softly against each other, all blending into a warm, quiet hush. Ollie's eyes grew half-closed. "This is so nice," he whispered. Lila nodded sleepily. The hammock always makes the world slow down. Just then, soft footsteps padded across the moss. A small red fox named Tansy peeked into the clearing. Tansy was young, gentle, and known for walking softly so she wouldn't start anyone. "Oh, you're using the hammock," she said in a whisper voice. "You can join us," Lila said kindly. "There's plenty of space." Tansy hesitated, then gave a grateful smile and climbed in beside them. The hammock stretched a little, then swayed more deeply. Slow, steady, warm. Now the three of them were nestled together like a cozy pile of leaves. A sunbeam drifted over the hammock, warming their fur. Lila closed her eyes. Ollie's ears drooped softly. Tansy curled her tail close. The hammock rocked back and forth, as if counting down to dream time. Above them, the oak leaves murmured gently in the breeze. Below them, the moss smelled sweet and earthy. Somewhere nearby, a soft-winged moth fluttered lazily through a patch of sunlight. After a long moment, Tansy whispered, "Do you think the hammock knows when we're tired?" Lila nodded without opening her eyes. "I think it does." Ollie gave a tiny yawning squeak. "And I think it's very good at helping us rest." The breeze thickened into a warm, comforting hush. The clearing dimmed slightly as the sun drifted behind the branches. Everything, every leaf, every flower, every creature felt slow and sleepy. The hammock rocked on, back and forth, back and forth. Back and forth. Lila breathed deeply. Ollie nestled a little closer. Tansy's tail wrapped around them softly. The forest quieted around them, held them gently in its peaceful embrace. The hammock swayed like a soft cradle in the center of Green Hollow Grove. And soon all three friends drifted into a warm, cozy nap, carried by the sway of the hammock, the murmur of the leaves, and the soft, patient heartbeat of the forest. Good night, sweetheart.